Hello everyone, it's Open House Thursday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Mariah Afolabi-Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-hosts here. Hi ladies.
Hello, Mariah.
YK in the building. Looking nice and bright.
Thank you. I'm actually feeling myself, but your cameras don't make me look fine.
But you actually do look good today.
Really good.
So, but I will look good to you, but the cameras.
YK, you look amazing in the camera. Trust me, we're saying this.
Thank you.
How are
Anyway,
you?
sir, I'm feeling myself.
We're happy about that.
And the abuse that they're yabbing also on Facebook and Twitter.
YK, I like your neck piece.
Thank
Beautiful.
you. Okay, you don't want me to talk about
Let's move on to Nima.
I love your top.
Thank you.
And I've told you I need
Oh yes, my brother's wife made it for me.
So,
Antonia made this for me, and she's really willing to make for you too.
Tonya, if you're watching, you know this kind of top, I can eat till I die.
Okay. So I'll tell her. I'll tell her to make at least 2 colors. You like orange and black, right? Madam, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm tired. This fasting is a lot of work.
We have forgotten that Madam is fasting.
You know, we have to pray, and you know, by the time I'm done at night to 11, and I have to wake up very early in the morning, and my son will have this one. So me, I'm just a bit tired.
Right.
I'm sleepy and overworked.
It's not easy because you have to cook because you don't have help, right?
Yeah.
You have to cook at night.
We need to talk about it. How to advise the
Super mom.
Yeah.
She's a super mom.
You need to get a help. Don't super mom anything. Go and get a help to assist you.
They have already crossed that one. They say they don't want.
All right, Oga doesn't want. No problem. How are you doing?
I'm good. Very busy day yesterday. Our gift bag is getting bigger. People are willing to give products, but we need money. But I'm happy that people are buying into it little by little, slow and steady, and I'm excited about what the event is going to hold. I'm really happy.
We're excited for you.
Thank you.
We're excited for you because I think you really put a lot of efforts. And you started early.
Yes.
And you have Jumoke's help.
Jumoke has been wonderful, I must
I'm
say.
promoting you on my page.
I saw it. Thank you. A lot of everybody has just been so supportive.
Don't worry, you do trust me. When I do it, I will do it.
Thank you.
Madam, missing in action.
Yes.
So this week, what's up? How are you doing?
I'm fine.
To have you back.
I had to take a trip down memory lane.
Memory.
But I'm happy to be back. I'm excited.
Like
even though YK is yabbing me.
You're beautiful.
YK,
Okay.
you cannot join. If every other person is yabbing me, you cannot join them.
I know you're being. I'm only I told her I'm advising her like a mother that she's.
You're my mom. You're my mom.
What's the mom saying?
It's the same thing.
And you know, a woman gets to a certain age, if she doesn't have
Small
meat
flesh
on the ear, she will
All
look
All right. We have a news mention.
I'm fine though.
We have a news mention today. The professor of entomology at the University of Ilorin, Professor Adeolu Ande, has called for an end to the killing of mosquitoes, stating that they are friends and allies to humans, and we could learn a lot from them. What's again? Entomology. Right. So, what are your thoughts on that? Well, it's a news mention.
It's a matter.
Is it matter?
You know those films. You know those films like I think is it Spider-Man? Those kind of films where when you are killing the insects, the bad guy will do. I think it was Men in Black. That the bad guy will do. It sounds like
No, but in all honesty,
What was the rationale he gave? I didn't read the article.
No, he was
He
saying
said
that
their lifestyle, the way the Anopheles mosquito takes care, is a woman. The way she takes care, there's a lot of things mothers can learn from it. You know, she goes through a life-threatening struggle.
it is normal for them to feed on our blood.
Right.
So we should get used to it.
I just read it
but
and
no
said,
thanks.
So when your kids are saying they want to go and study entomology,
when
just
they
like
have
we know,
malaria,
just stick to
they have cerebral or whatever kind of
stick
malaria.
to the GP. Don't go to entomology. Let's take a break. And we're coming back. We're going to look at the front pages of the newspapers, and later, it's Thursday. We're gisting all the way. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're going to start with the punch. Like he's already talking too much. Quit. Ultimatum to Igbo. FG, Northern Governors, Afenifere, ACF, others condemn threat. Northern youth leaders defy El Rufai, the meet again. Defend yourselves, Ohaneze Youth Wing tells Igbo in the north. Picture here of parents of kidnapped Lagos pupils protest at Ambode's office. $37.5 billion crude Gas proceeds not remitted to FG, says Nati. Naval ratings torture. Lawyer, wife demand release. INEC registers 5 new political parties. Judiciary hostile to anti-graft war, says Sagi and Oyebode. Domestic debt servicing gulped 474 billion in Q1, says DMO. Residents flee as Boko Haram attacks Maiduguri, engages soldiers. Senate confirms 82-year-old 2 others as ambassadors, and the 82-year is from Igbo State too. FG pays 20 whistleblowers 375.8 million naira. So those are the stories on Punch today.
I wanted to quickly talk on the
82
parents.
Okay.
Oh, the parents going to the governor's office to go and lament, you know, because according to the report I read, and some part of the report, it's like they have not heard anything from the government, that it took them going to that place physically for the government to actually speak to them. You know, the case is sensitive, when there's no communication between the parents and the government, there's a big problem. Because from the story, they said that they had raised, collectively raised about 10 million to give to these kidnappers, and the kidnappers are rejecting it. That one of the parents was lamenting that if she had the money that they are asking for, would she have even taken her child to that kind of a school in the first place?
The kidnappers said that they were actually going to start negotiating with the government directly, because obviously they need the parents aren't able to raise the kind of money. They are not able to raise the kind of.
It's also sad because they said 4 of them are ill right now, and we know it's the raining season, and they're in the creeks. They are exposed to pneumonia, a lot of other cold-related illnesses that are life-threatening. Please, kidnappers and as well as government, somebody should take action. They should either take the money or release these kids to their parents. I don't even want to be in this kind of position. To be looking for a child is a stressful position, a situation to find yourself.
Let's move on very quickly.
I hope very soon that they find them.
I want to take that naval officer.
Right.
That the
lawyer wife condemned demand release.
That he was supposed to have been involved in a firearms case. They charged him in 2005. They jailed him in February for 6 months. They didn't release him. When they finally released him, they picked him up again
in Port Harcourt.
In Port Harcourt, where he was he was a bus driver. Right. They picked him up. They tortured him into a coma. Femi Falana's chambers are the ones defending him, and they are not even allowing them to see him. Wow. When he went into a coma, they took him to hospital.
Abuse of power.
Then, and everybody is denying it, except one naval who has remained unidentified, who has said they are only keeping him for his own safety.
Okay. Moving on to The Nation. Federal government ACF El Rufai to Igbo ignore quit order. Parents again urge government to rescue the kidnapped peoples. Poll predicts Tories majority loss as UK votes. EFCC traces multi-billion Abuja asset to ex-First Lady. And government pays 20 whistleblowers 375.6 million naira. This EFC tracing multiple. We're tired of it. We get kind of they're tracing. They found what we want to hear from EFCC now is the conviction. We don't want to hear about
what they are even saying in this report. They said that the properties that they have found, what they want to do is to just drive towards forfeiture. Do you understand? If they find it, so hopefully
they're going to put a bin on the investigation.
Yes, they'll put it bin under the investigation. Then if you cannot prove anything, they just take it straight to.
So whistleblowing, 20 people got paid 375.8 million. What I'm happy about is that the government is fulfilling their part of the deal, because a lot of times people develop lack of trust in our government, that they will make policies and they don't follow through. So Kemi Adeosu, the finance minister, has said that we've made the payments in compliance.
That's this first batch. The whole
20 people have gotten this.
I hope they got convictions before they were paid.
And they said that they're not going to pay you until they've gotten the money.
But I want to ask a question. This whistleblowing policy, do you think it is promoting corruption or it's helping them fight corruption?
It's a hot topic on the veranda day. Let's move on to
No, I just wanted to ask, what was the average? Did you get the average?
Oh, it was 18, about 18 million. 18? But they didn't say specifically.
Some people's lives will change.
Yeah. Moving on to...
I'm looking for... I've even told them that my house is available to come and keep the cash.
Moving on to Vanguard. Igbo quit notice. FG, Northern Governors slam Arewa youths. Ohaneze urges calm and vigilance. El Rufai orders arrest of Northern youths. Arewa youths have no rights to issue notice, says ACF. And parents storm Ambode's office, demand rescue of kidnapped students. We mentioned that already. FG pays to 20 whistleblowers, talked about that. Is there any other story I haven't seen here? I think that's pretty much the stories today.
Okay,
Let's move on.
The Arewa youth,
Yes, so the Arewa youth.
So now let me first of all establish the story. The Arewa youth came out this week to give a quick notice to all Igbos saying that they should leave the region. That's the northern region. And it should be before October 1st. And the Igbos have replied saying that they have a 44 trillion naira investment in Nigeria. They cannot, leave. These agitations all screaming restructure. We need to sit down now and decide whether we want to remain or we want to go. And whatever agitations or marginalizations protest people have, they must listen to it right now. Now, the El-Rufai, the governor of Kaduna State, came out to say that these people must be arrested. But the Minister for Information came out to say that, the president is against this and no faceless youth. And I'm wondering, faceless, their names are Nasir Sharif, Arewa Citizens Action Group, Ambassador Shetima Yerima, Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, Aminu Adam, Arewa Youth Development Foundation, Alfred Solomon, Arewa Student Forum, Abdulaziz Suleiman, Northern Emancipation Network, as well as Joshua Viashman, Northern Youth Vanguard. And they have a national president for the Emancipation Network who made this pronouncement. These people are not faceless. The DSS should swing into action. The way they swung into action
against Kanu.
Operations.
They swung into action on
against
Kanu. They swung into action on this Suleiman, the apostle guy. Anybody, bringing this kind of thing, we're already under a tense situation. The economy itself is not encouraging.
And I just
we don't need
say,
extra tension.
I just wanted to say, while they were giving this
ultimatum,
while the police and the governor were saying this thing, the Shetima, very arrogant thing, said, we are meeting right now.
Now, again.
So while everybody was
this is emphasizing.
I don't want us to talk too much on this because it's a pretty sensitive issue, but I think generally the most important thing to state is that all our leaders are united saying these people must be arrested and we don't agree with what these youths are clamoring for. Yes?
I think this is bringing to the forefront the fact that there's a disconnect between the young and the old.
Yes.
And they must listen to the young people.
Okay, all right, moving on to Daily Sun. Igbo Spitfire, we can't abandon 44 trillion investments. We talked about that already. Recovered 11.6 billion. Federal government pays. Same stories across. Let me look for a story. Cows, yes.
Yes.
Cows chase away people's takeover school in Edo. Senate passes Southeast Development Bill for second reading. And INEC registered ABDA. 4 other new political parties. So let's take the cow story.
Yes, so please, the cows, the students were in their classroom. When the cows invaded the class, everybody, teacher, student, everybody. So these teachers are saying, please, they must do something about this. I don't know, should they arrest the cow or what? Build
the headsmen.
So the Ministry of Education swung into action to help them clear the cows and then have them.
But what happened to the headsmen? The people that tend the cows.
We didn't see those ones.
These cows didn't have organ.
These cows just strain into the
They should just start killing.
They didn't have organ. Maybe there was plenty grass.
Finally, the Senate, remember the House rejected this bill. They said the Southeast Development Bill. But then it went to Senate to be passed and the second reading. So people they're excited about it. And hopefully the next phase, the excitement is that at least the Senate, it was able to be passed to the second reading. The next phase is for them to now engage the public and other stakeholders to discuss their
Lagos State asked that they be given special status, and that hasn't been visited.
Right.
Every region in this country is suffering one form of marginalization or the other that we can all claim we want a development forum set up for us.
This is different though. This is different. There's some certain infrastructure that were abandoned after Biafra. A lot of things, a lot of infrastructure, roads, things that were totally abandoned. So they're saying that we want this special bill that will help them.
What saying. Lagos State is not under one of the states enjoying NDDC benefits.
Certainly.
It's not under one of the states enjoying Ministry of Niger Delta. Some of the states in the east are under this. Already covered, so as they are looking into this one, they should look into special status for Lagos.
That's all we can take on front page. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to take the other papers. We have This Day and Daily Times. That's all we can take. When we come back, whose obligation is it to cater for our parents, you or the government? Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. This is our second cup of tea. It's fantastic. Thanks
Timmy,
to what that guy's name again?
Timmy
Okay.
Timmy, okay, man.
Wonderful,
this is the deal.
wonderful.
We've been enjoying this tea since he brought it for us.
Honestly.
Right. So, Nigerian gay rights activist Bisi Alimi took to his Instagram page to say that there is no obligation binding one to take care of their parents at old age. According to him, we did not beg our parents to have intercourse, which led to procreation. And as such, parents should become their own pension scheme. And if you have to cater for them, know your limit, or they will emotionally blackmail you and milk you dry. In another statement by former special assistant to the President Goodluck Jonathan, that's former President Rino Omokri, he said, if you are not progressing, try to examine your relationship with your parents. How you treat them is connected to your progress. So we ask you, whose obligation is it to cater for the parents? And is one's success dependent on how you cater for them? Give us a call on 07080668014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Now, we know our cultural belief in taking care of our kids, also of our parents. And we also know the Western approach to this. Because if we look at it, many Western families, either their parents, their parents have to go to senior citizens' home, and doesn't make them less successful. Successful foreigners are doing well, and their parents are also doing well in the home. So can we really connect your success to how you take care of your parents, going by today's world? Who wants to go first?
Okay.
Nima.
I will just use because I'm in a religious mood now. Allah has enjoined that you're dutiful to your parents because they bore you with hardship to hardship. That's what the Quran says. And it continue to specify the winning period and all. Now, I consider the death of parenthood as something that a child can never repay. And if God himself has recognized this, I know that the prayers of a parent for a child is automatically endorsed by God himself. I have experienced it. I believe that is why I am blessed with what I am blessed with. I've found favor when I'm not even praying, knowing that these people are always praying for me. So I don't understand where Bisi Alimi, who I think is already a defiant kind of person with his nature already, will come now and teach us how to take care of our parents. And considering the situation we are in Nigeria today, how many of our parents who are already pensioners are well taken care of by government? Right. So you want to grow up now and you want to feel independent and say that, you don't want to feel indebted, or, you don't want to be blackmailed by your parents to continue to take, they would smoke you dry. What did he say?
Right, milk you dry.
Milk you dry.
But there are families today that are having issues because of an in-laws overdependence on either a spouse or one of the spouses, where there's that, I have to give daddy something, I have to give mommy something, I'm buying my wife a car, I have to buy my mommy a car. Those things happen. So when those kind of responsibilities come, maybe that's what Bisi Alimi is saying. Maybe should we be their pension scheme? So maybe that let's talk about.
I believe that Bisi, as a person,
right,
making a name as a gay rights activist, lives in UK,
right,
and obviously has embraced the westernized culture without understanding where it's coming from totally. Right. In the Western world, the responsibility of a child is not on the parent. Right from when the child is born, milk, shelter. In some countries, they are paid to take care of the children. If you don't take care of the child well, the government takes the child from you and puts them in a proper home. Right. The school is covered by the government all the way. So the child's obligation is to pay taxes because the government has taken care of you. So the levies you are paying is to the government. You are not obligated to take care of a parent because what did they do? They just gave birth to you and left you for the government to take care of.
Right.
But we live in a country where, this is Nigeria, in our culture, the parents live their entire life.
Right.
They won't buy a house, they won't buy a land. The money for land or all those things, they invest in school. They say they want you to go to the best school in the world. So they'll pay through their nose, put all their investments in you. And then you grow up and you think for any reason that you don't owe them anything. That's one. Number two, religious-wise, one of our obligations is to take care of our parents. Because they actually, you must reward the good they've done to you. So from every way you look at it, I think that Bisalemi is totally in the wrong, and he's definitely in the wrong on many areas. So we shouldn't even be listening to him. And Rainer Mokri is worth listening to, because if you look at the progress, if you do not appreciate your parents, you are sowing a seed.
All right, let me come to YK now.
I just want to, Bisalemi, he's a homosexual, and he has a partner. And you know how African parents are. You come and say you're homosexual, you want to marry a man. You say, yeah, I don't. The devil has entered my family.
And they cut you off entirely.
They will cut you off. So I think that he is talking because when he announced to his parents say, go your way.
He's being rebellious.
So he's now, because really, out of all of us here, I am the one that is closest to retirement age. I am the one that my daughter is closest to looking after me. If I call my daughter now, I need this, she will do everything in her power to get it to me.
YK, we'll come to that, because I wanted to talk about that after the break, because I wanted us to see what we're doing. Because if you would go live with your daughter, if you have to, but we'll come to that. Your thoughts on what Bisalemi said?
My thoughts on what he said, I want to, because Tokwe broke down the Western culture so well, but I want to bring it home. You see, I wouldn't blame him for what he's saying. A lot of parents today, they've also relegated their roles as parents. A lot of parents today, I've seen parents that their children go out, they could care less where this child has gone to and what this child is bringing. As far as the child brings in money, brings in gifts, they don't question it, they accept it with open arms. I think it is the failure of parents that would make you as a parent, when you are old, to demand anything from your child. If you understand, have raised that child appropriately, the way the child should, to be responsible, you don't need to open your mouth to ask your child that, take care of me. It will be natural. It will come from a natural place that the child will feel like, I love, because when you want to take care of someone, it should come from a place of love, not a place of obligation. I understand his part where he was talking about, because I have seen parents pressure their daughters into becoming street prostitutes just to take care of them, without even questioning everything. The reason my father took us to the north, to go and raise all his children in the north, because he saw a major, what's it called? Culture that was so warped in Edo State then. Fathers and mothers will sit down together and say, okay, now, you are a pretty girl, you are this, you are that, go to Italy. Go and prostitute yourself and just be sending the money. We'll be building houses. They did not care whether that child was going to be safe or whether anything was going to happen. So it was already a bad foundation in the first place. Do you understand? So he has every right to say what he's saying, because it's not, we cannot just turn our eyes to say that there are no parents that are doing this.
Okay, let me come to YK.
Yeah, my daughter sent me this website yesterday where there was this discussion, because I mentioned it to her, and some of the children were saying the parents had children because they want children. So it's them that, if you didn't want me, why did you have me? That's their mindset. That's if you decide to have me as a child, then it's your duty to look after me. I don't have to look after you because I didn't beg to be born. But a lot of the children,
but there's that mentality that if you don't take care of your parents, your own children won't take care of you. That's the African mentality. Let me
whether or not your children will take care of you, I wanted to answer that it is not just from a place of love, it is a place of duty.
That's obligation. So you think
it's an obligation? Yes. It is a relationship sealed by blood. It is not something you have discretion over. Whether your mother dumped you by the roadside, that blessing, when you seek it, you must take care of her, even when you hate her the most. That that sacrifice of carrying you for 9 months and giving birth to you, whether she now sacrifices her life and forgets about you and did not sacrifice her life to raise you,
what's of the father?
That relationship exists, and you must honor that relationship.
Let me explain something to you. When I was in the university, my grandfather was still alive. I didn't need to be told when he was ill. I saw my grandfather become like almost like a vegetable. You know, the day we were feeding him, all his grandchildren, he was in tears, and I knew that this man would not want us to go through this kind of pain. That was the last time I saw him, and he finally passed. Nobody told me. My mother did not come and say, I'm telling you that it is, you see, if we want to change this thing, we must change it from the foundation. It is not something that, because I have seen parents that they'll tell you, they go school so that when you finish, you go take care of me. You don't need to say all of those. Okay. Don't put your child under pressure, because now the child will go into armed robbery. Right. The child will go into so many things just to make sure that they build house, they buy cars, they do this for their parents.
Let me let somebody come in here for a second.
A good parent leaves inheritance
for their children.
Children's children. I am of that opinion that I am successful when I have raised my child well. I have set them on the right path, and I have left generational good name and even investments down for them. So when they're taking care of me, it is not because it is not because they feel I need it. It's because they just feel like this woman has been so wonderful. My parents have been so nice. I'm just giving it to them out of love. However, there are some parents that, in their bid to raise their children, and because circumstances just happen to them, they don't have that opportunity to have any inheritance. All their inheritance is, this is my child. I will sell rice. I would hawk beans. I will sell everything I have. I will sell my body to raise this child. You now travel abroad. You now go there and say, my parents don't need it. They should go and take care of them. They should have taken care of themselves. I have to take care of myself. I have taxes to pay. I have to do this.
Okay, all right. Excuse me. I was going to say that, there are some parents that... No, sorry, just go on.
You lost your train of thought. Don't worry, you have 56, you understand.
Yes, I remember now. I remember. Thank you for... me, I don't have any parents. And I wish my mother was alive for us to take care of.
Yes.
I wish my father was alive. Retirement, I can be going to that Afolabi, so... And the only people that I have, my auntie and my uncle that live in England, we can't afford to... But I know that her own children are looking after her. But I know that if anything enters my hand that is extra, I will want to send it to them because they are retired. Yes. They are my auntie and they're my...
You're not obligated to do it.
I am not.
We need to come...
You feel that you have... You feel you want to.
We have to go on a break. Hang in there. We have to go on a break because it's a very important conversation. Is it because of an obligation or out of love? We need to really address this issue. Because a lot of people are having problems taking care of their parents because of this same question. When we come back, we'll now get real on our own experiences. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
All right, welcome back. Okay, so let me start with my own story. When I moved back home, my father was ill. He couldn't speak, and we had to take care of him. Then it was my dad's driver was taking care of him. My mom was taking care of him, cleaning him up and getting him ready. And because you just got back from the US, you feel like, I don't need this kind of wahala. I mean, yes, I love my dad, but I don't need to be getting into this whole bathing and cleaning and dressing him up and all that. But my mother called me and said, listen, this is your father. Do it today so that tomorrow you would always know that you did your own bit to take care of your father because his blessing would remain with you. And I would never forget the Sunday before he died. He died on October 1st. I think a few days before then, he was really, you could tell he was really, he was really restless. And I fed him that day, and he was just, my dad that couldn't really talk. He stared right into me, looking through my eyes. And my boyfriend at the time was saying, I think he's blessing you. He was really appreciative that I was taking care of him. And I thank God for that opportunity tomorrow, that I took care of my father. I would have never, my mother stopped every other person from bathing. Like, Morale, you and Shegun must take care of your father. She stopped all the external people. Now that the children are home, let them be the ones to take care of their father. Is that for me, and then initially it was obligation. Punishment. But eventually I appreciated it. And even tomorrow, my mother used to tell me that I don't need your money for anything because my mother actually has money. She has money that she has monthly money that comes into her month. But he said, Mariah, I don't need, but even if it's just small 5K that you send for recharge card. I know, but this is my recharge card though, is for Mariah. That the prayer that I pray for you.
Thank you.
That's what will help you. So that is our own cultural belief. So what, let me now come to your own experiences.
Obligation and love. Law has never accomplished the job of deterring people from sin.
Okay.
Not from the Bible, not from the Quran, not even in present day. No law has deterred somebody from sin. The reason you can stop doing something, the strongest force is love. That's what will motivate you to be selfless. Because I love you, I would sacrifice for you.
Thank you.
Because I love you, I will do anything for you. I think parents shouldn't see it as an obligation that as I'm raising my child, even parents now that are watching, that are old, are saying, my child should have done this for me. You should love your child into understanding that you love me. You want me to be suffering. I'm hungry. You should see to it. But so I know that it should be an obligation. It's a duty for you to do. But it should be done, not out of I must do it, but out of I love
that blessing will not should be done because you must do it. Because your parents have no option.
She has a phone call.
Take Yakub and I'll come to Nima. Okay. Yakub, are you there?
Yeah, Mariah, I'm there.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning to you.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you see, Mariah, I'm not surprised because the person that made that statement, you said it's an homosexual, if I'm right. So I didn't expect anything other than what he said. And then, come to think of it, he's not in Nigeria. I thought he's outside the country. So it is in an environment, the guy is in an environment whereby government take care of everything. Not in our time here. In this country, we find ourselves. There are some parents, Mariah, they would likely to sacrifice all whatever they have for their children. But the environment does not allow them to do so. So that kind of a parent, when they now give the birth to the baby, and then the baby went to school, and then today the baby is making it. Are you not telling me that kind of baby should forget about their parents?
Right.
See, Mariah, today, this very topic made me to realize something. Today, if I found out my mother is alive today, I would be the very happiest man in the world.
Right.
But today he's not alive. I would like to sacrifice everything to her because it's an obligation.
Thank you very much. So going back to the obligation,
now, I wanted to say, you must, not just out of a place of love, you must take care of your parents. Because your parents also saw it as a must. They could have just dumped you, pounded your head or do something, even about your pregnancy. A lot of things could have happened to you as a child when you were helpless. Right. When you couldn't have even said what your eyes saw in their hands to someone else. When you couldn't speak for yourself. They gave you everything. You grow up one day and look at them and say, I don't owe them. It has to be because I love them. No parent loves their child. It's the moment you have your child, you stare at that child, the connection happens. To breastfeed a child, you connect to that child, and then the child grows up when he's strong and healthy. He says it has to be from a place of love, or what did you do for me? Those kind of questions should not come.
All right.
Can I talk from experience?
Yes.
I remember when because my father was not an exceptionally loving father. He was a father to everybody. So you didn't have any special place in his heart. But I will never forget, we were on tour. We came back, and I didn't go to see him. I was going to go the next day. So someone came from his house and said, I know you will come and see your father tomorrow, but it cannot wait. Your father has not come out of the room for 3-4 days. Go and see him now. When I got to the room, when I saw him, when I saw his situation, tears came to my eyes. He opened his eyes, he saw me, he said, what's wrong with your eyes? The tears were pouring, and nothing. I did not feel obligated. I knew what I had to do. And what I did was I took care of him till my sister came back. My sister came back like 2 days later. We were bathing him, myself and my brother's ex-wife. We were looking after him. My sister came back. What my sister did for him, she abandoned her life. And she lived there till she died about 2 months after him. That she gave him everything. And not because he had been an exceptionally loving father, but because that love, that bond of parent and child was there. Right. And I believe that my daughter has that same bond for me.
All right. You see, I love the fact that you said two things, that you knew exactly what needed to be done. You were not told.
Oh, pause for a second. Okay. Lukman has been holding for a while since Kaduna. Lukman, are you still there? Lukman. Ooh, I think I lost that call. I think I lost the call.
You see, when I graduated from the university, after how many years of graduation and all that, I just went back. I had been saving my pocket money. I've been saving my pocket money. When we got to the university, when we graduated and I went back to Kaduna, and I looked at my mom's and my dad's living room. I looked at the curtains. We didn't have enough money. So myself and my sisters, we bought we took my dad to the market, we bought brand new curtains. Then even when I started working before NYSC, my first salary that I ever got in my life, I transferred it to my dad. My dad called all the siblings, my older ones. They had not done anything. He said, he started announcing and announcing and announcing. Nima, this thing, nobody taught me that this is what I must do. The problem I have with the parenting of today, of these days, is when you are small, they are drilling it into your bloodstream. It is a problem, Nima, because you do not know what young people are doing.
We are saying the same thing. Let me explain what you are not understanding.
Let me finish my point. You are not in the heart of these young people. A lot of young people today now, because they feel like, this is what their parents have told them. They are obligated to do this. They begin to do unimaginable things just to please their parents.
Right.
Is that what we want?
Let's bring it home. Do you think Bisi Alimi's mom did not raise him right?
I don't have an idea.
He has a rebellious nature because he wants to have it, not because he wasn't given the right foundation from home. You cannot determine what a child will do. That is why we must state what is what. I had my mom fall sick for 3 months, and the night she fell sick, of all her 5 children, my father chose me to go and clean my mom up. She was stooling on herself and vomiting. We took her to the hospital. I stayed there by her. Not because I didn't have exams or things to do. I could have told her. I had exams, actually. And I had lectures in school I skipped. Okay, I have things to do. She would let me go because she wants me to be a success. But I knew that is where I'm supposed to be. That is how it's supposed to be.
Right.
Not because she has given me the freedom to think on my own, or to grow on my own, or I watch Western movies, or I mistakenly cross border and get to US. I think that, no, I am now exposed enough to say, this is not the right thing anymore.
Let me take this call. Bola, are you still there?
Yes, please.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Hello, yes. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Ghana.
Yeah. My own contribution is I thought bringing a child to this world should be out of love. You need someone to show love to. And it's not like you brought someone to the world as an investment, a long-time investment where you grow up, the person has to return the kind of investment you make. No, you brought someone to this world to show love to that person. He has not asked for it, him or her, to be brought to this world. So I don't expect someone to say you have brought them or you have suffered for them. So when you grow up, no, you bought a car. It's like buying a car.
All right.
You chose to buy a car. The car has not begged you to come and buy. So we should learn to show love, expect love to be returned.
All right, thank you very much.
So we're addressing to
thanks very much, Bola.
So we're addressing two issues where parents feel it is put pressure on the child to take care of them, and where some children feel that I don't have to do this. And I think that both parties are not wrong, both parties are not right. The responsibility of when they get old, every person, there's a circle of life. If you deviate from it, you are going to cut out the circle of life. And that is the issue, because the family is the strongest unit.
Thank you.
It is what sustains the society. Look at the Western world that are not taking care of their parents now. What is happening there? What's going on with the family? There's a spirit of responsibility. Okay. We must take care of the next person and pull each other up.
Let me throw this question at you, maybe Neem and everybody. There are men, for example, who when their girlfriends tell them, I'm pregnant, they abandon. And the mother is alone taking care of this child. She does every sacrifice to make this child okay. And then it's time for marriage. And the father now shows up and says, I want to be the father of the day. And then after he wants to start
and they will now tell you that it's culture.
From the child.
Haba.
And then it's now the child now feels obligated.
You don't deserve that honor.
Obligated to take care of the father who has been an absentee father for his entire 22 long years. In that situation, is he obligated or should he do it out of love?
Love forgives all things. Love forgives all things.
So where should the love come from?
So
father or child?
The love is coming from the child. You see, you cannot grow. You cannot grow. You cannot grow if you are holding on to the past.
Okay.
Your father has wronged you. Your mother has wronged you.
Right.
You need to move on. And the struggle is real. People barely are able to take care of themselves.
Okay.
So within what they have, if they can, they should.
Let me let
please, let me talk from experience. My own daughter, when she was growing up, I did everything that was within my power. I didn't go and sell my body or anything. Within my power, I went without. I sent her to school. I even sent her to school in England. You have a call. Should I let you take the call?
Go ahead.
No, take the call because...
Tope, are you there?
Yes, please.
Go ahead, please.
All right. Everyone is making a vital point, yeah? But I think why is getting it wrong in some aspects. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Why is getting it wrong in some aspects? Because she gives an instance of her taking care of her father or mother. I can't really remember. While our other siblings didn't do anything. I don't know. They raised all of you together. But you had that consciousness of the fact that I have to do this without being told. You sent your father your first salary. That's because you had the initiative to do so. Most people need to be told what to do. Some people are very proactive, while some others are not. So now what happens to the other people? I mean, you were raised with your other siblings, weren't you? So how come you have that initiative to do so? Right. So I think that's the difference where this comes in.
Thank you very much, Tope.
I haven't finished. Please, I hadn't finished. So my daughter actually saw me go without. I didn't buy a car or anything. She saw me go without to train her in England. So yes, she feels obliged. And I think she will also do it out of love. Because she knew I sacrificed for her. She too, one day, might have to sacrifice for me. It's the law of nature. It is the circle.
Right. Okay. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll take Uwa and Nima. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome. Yes, Uwa.
You cited the scenario of that father that, what's it called? That abandoned the child.
Yes.
And afterwards,
20 years later shows up at the wedding.
You see, a lot of people, let us not be hypocritical about these things. We do these things because our religion has told us that there is a blessing that comes with it. You see, that blessing will not come if you're not doing it from a place of love and genuineness, not because you feel like, oh, if I do this, it's like the way people pay tithes. If I give this, it's like kobo. If I give 10 naira, 20 naira will come back to me. That is not how I see life. If I want to take care of my parents, I will take care of them because I love them, not because I am obligated to do that. There is a big difference, and there's a bigger blessing that comes when it comes from a place of love. The same thing you were saying about your father looking at you in the eye. That was how my grandfather looked at all of us that day in his eyes. And tears came out. We saw that this man says, no, I think I need to go and rest. Because he knew. So even if you are doing it, they say, come and pack excreta, pack this thing. You are doing it. You are not feeling like. I have seen people grumbling. It's just like people that go to work in old people's home. I say if you do not have love in your heart, you have no business being a nurse or doing or working in an old people's home, because for you to do that kind of job, you must love those people.
Let me take this call from John. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Muraya. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yes. When Uwa finishes.
She has finished.
Done. Go ahead.
Muraya, one observation.
Yes.
Since this program started, you always start with punch in the money. I don't know why.
Sorry.
All through.
It's not me, it's our producers. They arranged it for us.
Who is getting this completely wrong?
Okay.
Completely wrong. Whether a parents love you or not, it's your obligation. Otherwise, you never get blessing in your life. And then secondly, remember your parents become children at one point in life. So the way a parent treats you as a child, you also have to reciprocate. Who are you getting it completely wrong, please? When you are wrong, accept you are wrong.
Okay, thank you
I'm
very much.
not wrong.
That's my
I just wanted to say something. Because you people are Bible people. Your Bible says your Bible says 2 wrongs don't make it right. Jesus Christ, when you slap him, he say turn the other cheek. So why, even if your parent abandoned you, and you have the ability to help that parent, when listen in his old age, can't you do what Jesus Christ did?
But I have said, YK, you would give, you see, that kind of a father, I would take care of you. But I'm telling you that there will not be any. See, get me right now. I would not. It's not like I will not take care of you as my parent. If that kind of a father is my father, I will take care of you, but you will not see me. In all honesty, because there won't be any. Because I don't have any emotional connection with you. It will just be an obligation. Right. I'm saying that the higher blessing that we want is that when it comes more from a deeper place, which is a place of love. Okay, when you are taking care of them from a place of love, it's totally different than an obligation. Right, it's totally different.
Point taken. That it is from a place of love that you get that blessing you seek by taking care of them. Because when you do it with love, that's when God sees it. But whether or not you love them, whether or not you don't love them, you dare not abandon your parents because you feel that no, they did not give you enough, or they never gave you. You must, because it is. I've said it's a relationship sealed by blood. It is not of any question that whether I will take care of them or not. It is not a matter of a question. It is a matter of a duty that you are obligated to do.
So if your father shows up after 30 years,
I will take care of him.
Okay,
I think the blessing will even come from the obligation, not from the love. Because you are doing it from love.
Because God saw that you are doing it
from obligation for the blessing that didn't even look at you. That is where your blessing.
Okay, point taken.
Something changed in my head after delivery. There's nothing like, after going through labor and pushing out, I could just imagine, so this is what my mom went through. Right. This is what she had to do. She wouldn't sleep. This was how she was taking care of me. It changed the way I related because I just felt in my mind.
Let me just take tweets. So
these people do a lot of sacrifice.
Let's take about reward. Let's about five tweets because there are lots of tweets.
Hakim Amao says taking care is relative, depending on background. To a parent, it's recharge card, and to another, it's building a house. Emmanuel Offer says most parents pressure their. I think it's important for children to cater out of love and duty, and not through parent pressure. Okay. He has a Victor. He should remember the pigs told the piglets that they would understand the reason they scratch the earth with snouts. Please, why did they?
I don't know. Adebayo 19 title says it's a natural love and obligatory to cater for our parents, either they wrong us or not. Maria's saying they say some children need to be reminded, especially when they are married. Peter Chigozie says, we can't compare our society to the decaying society of the West, where morals, norms, family values are disregarded. Gabriel Abulime says, where a child is careless about his parents' welfare, some ugly relationships would have happened between them. Sally Patra says, I totally agree with you, Tokwe. You can't grow if you are holding on to the past. And besides, like you said, love is the ultimate.
Okay? Olawumi Abiola says, irrespective of how your parents must have raised you, all you need is a sense of responsibility. Love can fade, but obligations sustain the relationship. He says, Nima is making an emotional argument. It is not all parents that look after their kids, but it's still the right thing to do. And
P says taking care of parents is a natural instinct, coupled with religious, moral, and not an obligation. Then someone says Muriah hit it a nail on the head. Absentee fathers, they are there. May God help us regardless. Then Bukola says regardless of what your parents have done to or for you, you are obligated to taking care of them. Love and obligation serves the same purpose. I wanted to say something because people are thinking they are misconstruing my argument. My argument is that it's not like you should not take care of your parents. Of course you take care of your parents. Do it from a place of let parents begin to realize that you are setting a foundation when you're raising the child. And once you instill certain values in the child, it will come from a natural place. Because what we have in our society today, a lot of people outside what is happening, a lot of young people, I was with a girl, she's in Ekpoma studying in the university, and she was telling me that young girls, young boys these days, they've gone into so many cyber crimes. They've added ritualism to the cyber crime, all because they want to make money. Now you as a parent, my father You cannot bring a car to the house and say you brought a car and he will not ask you questions. We parents of today, we don't ask questions. Right. We're not asking questions, and our children are doing all sorts of things. So we need to be careful.
I need to say two things. I saw my auntie, she's over 70, look after my grandmother till my grandmother passed. Right. My grandmother was 95. That is one. The second thing I was going to say is, you know, it's important that we look after our parents. I think, let it be that circle. Because in Nigeria, there is no pension.
Old people's home.
Right. There's no pension, there's no old people's home. So, when you look after your child now, let your own, that's your pension.
Sorry,
okay,
your child I want to really add something. When I got married, my husband loves his mom. I felt they were too attached. But he took care of her, not on a regular. When a woman needs, he sends money. When I got married, I'm from a place where I feel that you should make it a regular thing. As I'm earning money, I send money to my parents. And I reminded my husband to create that structure. So there's a place for reminding. It's not obligatory. He might want to, but he did not think of it. Right. When I told him, he started doing it. And that is what we must all live with, that whatever, no matter how small, even if you don't have money, buy bread. Just one loaf of bread and take it home.
Taking care of parents is not only monetary, like we try to project in this country. In taking care of your parents, it's even calling to check up on them. It's not enough for you to say you are forwarding money into their account every day and you don't make a phone call through to them to find out how they are doing. Relationship is also taking care of them.
Because a lot of wives don't let their husbands look after their mothers. Right. So I love what you said.
Okay, so we have to round up.
Wives have to actually
support. Even when I was single, my mother and her sister, I made it consistently every single month. Once I pay my tithe, I remove my mother's own, I remove her sister's own. There were two parents at the time. And when after her sister passed on, my mother, I mean, the time I took a break. Maybe I can't remember when I took a break, but eventually my mother reminded me,
you know, you
used to do things consistently. After you got married now, we don't say anything. What's going on? It's not because I need your money, because you know I have my own money. But is that blessing? So let's remember that no matter how small, even if it's recharge card, but let it be consistent.
Don't be obligated to do
let it be every month. Let it be consistent. If it's recharge card, you send to them, be consistent about it.
If it is a phone call,
be consistent. If it is whatever it is, if it is apples, my mother loves apples. Just bring her fruits. You made her day. Nice.
When I send my auntie groundnuts to England, do you know how she prays for me and says thank you?
No matter how small it is, just do your own part. Do your own part. And that's out of love. That's out of love. And even obligation. The duty part. Do it. You still do it.
That duty is where you get the blessing.
I did mine. You should do yours. Have a lovely day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.